What are some of the mistakes you see people making in the gym as far as actually working out that prevents them from getting as strong as they want to become or looking the way they would like to look?
Okay, yeah. I'd say more often than not, I see like a lot of younger kids doing
Mm-hmm.
this. And what that is really, it's just when their ego takes over, and they go to the gym every day. They always do bench. They always hit chest every day. They
Yeah,
always slap on more weight than they can chew.
yeah,
Um, and it's just you're not going to make progress trying to hit a 1 rep max every single time you go to the gym.
yeah,
Sure, like you might look cool. You might think you look cool, like, but
yeah.
you're not. That's not helping anyone.
Yes.
So really, like what I said before, like yeah. I mean, you just need to. It comes down to just having a plan, having a program. Being smart. Having a plan each day. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, I used to have everything in my notes. Have the program in my notes. I look at my notes. Okay, I have a 4x5. I have XYZ.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Instead of just like going in there and wigging it. Like, if you're just going in every single day to the gym, having no plan at all, just winging it, like you're not going to see any progress. Because how are you going to know if you're progressing if you have like no idea what you're doing? So definitely tracking your progress and staying consistent, having a plan. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
those are big things, I guess, for me.
I mean, to be honest, if nobody gets anything from this interview but that one clip, that would be worth the interview.
Yeah.
Because personally, that's probably what held me back quite a lot. I mean, the actual working out part, because you almost never see in most regular gyms anybody with any kind of notes, whether it's their cell phone or a piece of
Yeah.
paper. So they can't tell you what they did 3 months ago. They have no clue what they'll do 3 months in the future. They're just winging it. That's literally, they just go in and they just do some stuff. They just do some
those
things.
those are the people that's going to fall off. They're going to plateau. They're going to say, I'm not
Yep.
seeing any progress. Like, I don't want to do this
Exactly.
anymore. They're going to go home, watch Netflix.
Yes. And then for the older people, like people in more my age group, so people said 30s, 40s, or 50s, what do you see them doing? Or are they doing the same thing, trying to lift too heavy? And do you see any difference with the genders as well?
Yeah, maybe like in terms of older people, I think it's just a lack of motivation. And this is just based on my observation. Maybe it's not
Right.
necessarily like true in all of like older
Mm-hmm.
people per se, but it's just a lack of motivation and a lack of like effort, I would say. I don't see, well, I guess it comes down to like what their health issues
Mm-hmm.
are, but most people, like, they're able, like, I think they're able to do like a heavy compound lift, most people,
Right.
if they're not like crippled or anything, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely a big one. In terms of gender, I think it's just like when people just automatically assume like, oh, I'm not as strong, I can't do that, I
Mm-hmm.
can't do this. They already put set limits on themselves, like, oh, I'm not as young as you guys, I can't do that. Like,
Yes.
sure, you're like, all right, obviously, like, you're not going to be deadlifting 600 pounds,
Right.
but you can still, like, if you want to get stronger, and if that's your goal, like, you're definitely able to do that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
anything is possible if you really, like, take the time, like anything, and research, and set your mind to it. So if you want to get strong, have the same thing, get back to your program, make sure you're eating, and really like focus on the fundamental basics of how you want to structure your program, how do you want to train, and you'll definitely make progress. Getting back to it, it's just like they'll set limits on themselves. I'm talking basically, this is kind of like, I can't do like what you're doing. I'm not young, I can't do that. Like, then they just don't go to the gym. Like, I'm like,
right.
You're definitely able. They just set limits on themselves, and this is just like what I see personally. And before they even like attempt it, so they failed before they even started. At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to.
And although it's observational, I think you're 100% accurate, because whether it's been here in Florida or other places I've lived, what you just described, I've seen in every gym. And when I go on business trips, and I will usually just find a gym to go to for like a week or a couple of days, wherever I'm at, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
The older people are not going hard. You don't see them straining as hard, groaning. They're not grinding as hard. That is consistent.
They're training with their brakes on.
Yes, pretty much. And I think it's probably due to lack of knowledge. They literally think what you just said. I can't do what that guy's doing or that lady's doing because they're 22 or something. Like, no, you can do this at 48. You can do it at 58. There's people in their 60s that are stronger than most guys and women in their 20s.
Yeah, Exactly. You know, it's just doing what you're, you know, you got to do what works for you. You know, obviously you're not going to be, you know, deadlifting 600
Right.
pounds again or squatting 800 or whatever it is. But like, you're definitely able to do these things, you know, if you set your mind to it and you're healthy again. So that's the biggest thing, just staying healthy.